Hey Team Ripped, Coach Wayne here, coming to you from the floor today because I want to talk to you about power stands. I was going to compare power stands versus push-up bars, but I can't find my push-up bars. I think I loaned them to one of my neighbors when they started P90X. I'm not sure because I can't find them. But I used to use them when I first started P90X. I went to the sporting goods store and bought some push-up bars. You know, little plastic things. They were made by Nike and they had a little plastic foot on each end, and I use those. They're better than doing your push-ups on the floor where your hands are flat and it's hard on your wrist. So at least it gets you up here so you're holding a bar. Now, I started watching some P90X Plus and saw that they were using power stands that Tony Horton came up with. And I looked into it. I couldn't learn a lot about them. There's not a lot about them on the internet about what these are made out of or any of that. So I kind of bought them hoping they would be cool, and they've really exceeded my expectations. They are really, really cool. They're like 40 bucks. So compared to what you get at the sporting goods store, they're, you know, good twice as much, but they're well worth it in my opinion. What do you get when you get these? Well, number one, you get a really big grip to hold. So it's real comfortable in your hand. Also, you'll notice it's angled. So when you're in a push-up position, it holds your wrist in a good position compared to your arm, rather than a regular push-up bar where it's more flat. It's going to be a little more angled, so it holds your wrist real well in a good position with a nice big pad. Now, these things are made out of all metal. This part is foam, and it's got a little gasket on the bottom made of foam so it can go on hardwood floors. But this whole thing is metal. They're real heavy. They're like kind of like a cast iron skillet. You can bang them and stuff. I mean, they're nice and heavy. Nice thing about these, the thing that I really like about them, is they're very stable, because look at the size of this thing. It's humongous. You can do really wide push-ups with these without worrying about them tipping. When you have those little plastic push-up bars and you go wide and you go down, when you get that leverage, they could tip out and you could really hurt yourself. Plus, it just doesn't feel good. With these, I can go really wide on push-ups, and they stay very stable. I'll show you what that looks like. I mean, these things don't budge at all. They don't give at all. They feel really good. You get a lot more range of motion because they're taller than a regular push-up bar would only come up to about here on these things. So you can get down lower. So, you know, you do some close grip like this, and you can get good range of motion. So they're real handy. Also, on things like the diamond push-ups, the heart-to-heart, you can do them like this, where you put the push-up stands with it angled up, you hold it here. So it's the same motion as doing that when you're doing these instead of a diamond push-up. And the whole time, it's a lot easier on the wrists and the hands than being flat on the ground with your palms. So, I wish I would have had the push-up bars to compare them to, but most of y'all already know what the push-up bars look like. I just wanted to show you what the power stands look like. And they're one of the pieces of equipment that I really like. Do you have to have it to do P90X? No. Are they nice to have if you've got 40 bucks to spend? They're real nice to have. And these things will last forever. Like I said, they're made of steel. Nothing's going to destroy these things. You can use these for a long time. You can probably hand them down to your kids too. I just wanted to show you that so there'd be a little bit better information out there about the power stands. Thanks. Check my website, teamripped.com. Take it easy, gang.